Hi, this is Scott. Welcome back to another Hollinger Team market report. This is the year end for 2018 and update on activity on Waterfront. So welcome. First, I'd like to start out with sharing the overall activity in our multiple lists this year. We had just under 9,200 sales this year, compared to just under 9,000 for last year. So about a 200 sale increase, which is about a 2% growth, which is what we are seeing pretty steady here, and also on a national basis, a pretty steady growth, nothing explosive. Even in the super hot areas of the country, it seems to be settling down to steady growth rates. So look forward to seeing what next year brings for us as far as overall markets go also. Let's go to Flathead Lake first. Flathead Lake saw a good increase in sales, almost a 20% increase in the number of home sales on the lake. This year there were 56 closings. Last year there were 46. So that, pretty substantial increase. There are 6 pending. We have a third of those here on the team, so we're kind of proud to still be having a good solid slice of the waterfront activity report and activities on the lake. I'll break down a couple quick kind of interesting things. A quarter of those sales, of the 56 sales, were under 500,000. And a quarter were over $1 million. So half of all the sales were in a very narrow range between 500,000 and $1 million. And then there were half of the sales over $1 million were actually over $2 million. So there were a fair number of fairly high transactions that went on the lake this year on homes. Flathead vacant land sales were up substantially in 2018. They were up by 50% from the 20 that sold this year, as compared with 2017, where 13 sold. So a very, very nice, pleasant increase there. I think it represents those that weren't able to find lower price cabins on the lake are now opting in for vacant land and building. 36 remain active. Of the 20 sales on the lake this year, 5 of them were our team sales. So we had 25% of the sales on the lake. We had the highest sale on the lake also, $850,000 for a very nice lot on the north end of the lake in the Summers area. Beautiful gravel beach, southern exposure, concrete dock. The median for vacant land was $450,000. On Swan Lake, there was quite a bit of activity this year, and a little bit interesting kind of trending, or just hotter properties than others. There were 9 sales this year opposed to 5 sales in 2017, so almost a 100% increase. The other interesting thing was, of those 9, 4 of them were over $1 million, so almost half were over $1 million. Part of that's because there just aren't a lot of homes under $1 million for sale on Swan, but also I think it's just showing some strength in the market there. There's 2 pending sales there. One of those is over $1 million, so there's some strong trending on Swan Lake. On the vacant land side, not as much activity. There's 8 active properties. 2 sales this year as opposed to 1 sale last year. So you could say there was a huge increase, but it's still pretty slow on the vacant land side of Swan Lake. Now on to Echo, Blaine, and Lake of the Woods. We just started recently including Lake of the Woods because it's become well, a pretty good slice of the waterfront market in this area of the valley, the area between Lake Blaine and Echo Lake, and has certainly had quite a few sales, especially for the number of properties on Lake of the Woods. There aren't that many. Anyhow, there's 12 homes currently on the market on those 3 lakes. There's been 9 sales this year, and as opposed to 3 sales the year before. So a huge jump in the number of transactions. Good sign for the market. 1 pending sale on Lake Blaine, So we're pretty excited about that, and especially at that pace with 9 sales and 12 for sale, it looks like potentially in the 1 year's time, all of them could sell. On the land side, there's 4 active listings, 4 sold last year, or this year, I should say, as opposed to no sales the year before. So very, very, very good sign there. Also, there's 2 pending sales that'll spill over into 2019, and that'll, if that contributes to part of it, it's at least a half of what it was for the pace this year. So I think we'll see some strong things going on the kind of east side of the valley there. Now on to the lakes west of Kalispell, Ashley, Bitterroot, and McGregor. Ashley, Bitterroot, and McGregor had overall, or combined, a strong year. There's 12 active listings right now. This year there were 15 sales, so we have a pretty substantial increase in the number of sales there, and also with 12 active and 15 sales, we have potentially all of the properties that are currently for sale selling in next year and sometime, and certainly creating some scarcity in the market. There were 10 sales the year before, so an increase from 10 sales to 15. Big increase there. On the land side, we saw some strength too. There's 12 active listings right now on the active land side, and there's been 7 transactions this last year. So a big increase in the number of sales. There was 5 the year before, which is basically a 20% increase. Same thing with the home side. The home side was 50% increase. So strength there. We had a good slice of the number of the transactions on those lakes, which was a pleasure to work with those people out there. And I think good things to report. The most active one of all was Ashley Lake. Of the 15 sales, 9 were on Ashley Lake. So a lot of, despite the gravel road, people love it. Go out there and enjoy a beautiful lake. Last but not least, the condominiums on Flathead Lake. They account for 1/3 of the residential sales on Flathead Lake. There were 46 active listings right now. There's 1 pending, and there were 33 that had closed. So just a little over a year's worth of homes that are currently on the market that will sell within about a year and a half at the current pace of 33 a year. Again, the activity is under the 600-ish range for the vast majority of all the transactions. The condominiums, the higher end, the more luxurious ones, are having a struggle right now. It has been a couple years since we've seen some higher condominium sales. So that kind of is a wrap for the 2018 Waterfront Market Update. Thank you for tuning in. We always enjoy your questions and comments that come back in. Look forward to sharing 2019 with you. Feel free to reach out to the Hollinger team with any information or help you need anywhere in the country as far as real estate goes. And we'll wrap up this blog with a little video clip of a sunrise on the Swan Mountain Range. Have a great 2019.